Question 16. Have you changed any of the DAC parameters? If so, which one and why? Answer. You have to understand what are the DAC parameters and the purpose of each. For example, initial_extract_date can be modified when configured for initial full load, so the value for initial extract date will be used to filter out records from the source that are older than this date. Question 17. Can you execute the SQL script through DAC? If yes, how? Answer. Yes. At task level, in execution type, select SQL file. As a bonus to this answer, this article explains how to run stored procedures in DAC. Question 18. What are micro-Aittle execution plans? How can you build and run them? Answer. According to Oracle document, micro-ETL execution plans are ETL processes that you schedule at very frequent intervals such as hourly or half-hourly. They usually handle small subject areas or subsets of larger subject areas. The DAC tracks refresh dates for tables in micro-ETL execution plans separately from other execution plans and uses these refresh dates in the change capture process. In design subject areas, create copy of subject area, inactive the unwanted tasks and create new execution plan for this subject area. Question 19. From your past experience, explain scenario where micro-Aittle execution plans produce strong results on reports. Answer. According to Oracle document, caution, micro-ETL processes can cause issues with data inconsistencies, data availability, and additional load on the transactional database. Therefore, you should consider the following factors before implementing a micro-ETL process. For related star schemas, if one schema is omitted from a micro-ETL execution plan, the cross-star reports may be inaccurate. For example, if the person fact table is refreshed more frequently than the revenue fact table, a report that spans the person and revenue dimensional schemas may produce inconsistent results. If you omit dimension tables from a micro-ETL execution plan, the foreign keys for the fact tables will point to unspecified rows for the new dimension records. The foreign key references will be resolved when the complete ETL execution plan is run, but users of the reports should be aware of such inconsistencies. Question 20. Does DAC keeps track of refresh dates for all the source/target tables? Answer. According to Oracle document, refresh dates are tracked only for tables that are either a primary source or a primary target on tasks in a completed run of an execution plan. The DAC runs the full load command for tasks on which a table is a primary source or target if the refresh date against the table is null. When there are multiple primary sources, the earliest of the refresh dates will trigger a full load or an incremental load. If any one of the primary source tables has no refresh date, then the DAC will run the full load command. Question 21. Can we have two DAC servers on the same machine? Answer. You can run two DAC servers on the same machine as long as they are listening on different ports and pointing to two different repositories. Question 22. What is authentication file? If you have DAC client installed, can you access DAC repository without authentication file? Answer. According to Oracle document, when you configure a connection to the DAC repository, the configuration process includes creating a new authentication file or selecting an existing authentication file. The authentication file authenticates the database in which the repository resides. If you create a new authentication file, you will specify the table owner and password for the database. Question 23. Explain indexable and task actions in DAC. Answer. According to Oracle document, index action, override the default behavior for dropping and creating indexes. Table action, override the default behavior for truncating and analyzing tables. Task action can add new functionality of task behavior such as precedent action, success action, failure action, upon failure restart. Question 24. How DAC handles parameters at runtime? Answer. According to Oracle document, during an ETL execution, DAC reads and evaluates all parameters associated with that ETL run, including static and runtime parameters defined in DAC, parameters held in flat files, and parameters defined externally to DAC. DAC consolidates all the parameters for the ETL run, deduplicates any redundant parameters, and then creates an individual parameter file for each informatica session. This file contains the evaluated name-value pairs for all parameters, both static and runtime. For each workflow that DAC executes, the parameter file contains a section for each session under a workflow. DAC determines the sessions under a workflow during runtime by using the Informatica rep function list object dependencies. Question 25. How DAC determines tasks required for any given subject area? Answer. According to Oracle document, you define a subject area by specifying a fact table or set of fact tables to be the central table or tables in the subject area. When a subject area is defined, DAC performs the following process to determine the relevant tasks. DAC identifies the dimension tables associated with the facts and adds these tables to the subject area. DAC identifies the related tables such as aggregates associated with the fact or dimension tables and adds them to the subject area definition. DAC identifies the tasks for which the dimension and fact tables listed in the two processes above are targets tables and adds these tasks into the subject area. Difference between homogeneous and heterogeneous execution plans? Answer. According to Oracle document, homogeneous. This type of execution plan extracts data from multiple instances of the same source system. For example, a business might have an instance of Oracle EBS 11i in one location and time zone and another instance of Oracle EBS 11i in another location and time zone. In such cases, the timing of data extraction from the different instances can be staggered to meet your business requirements. Heterogeneous. This type of execution plan extracts data from one or more instances of dissimilar source systems. For example, a business might have an instance of EBL 7.8 in one location, an instance of Oracle EBS 11i in another location, and a second instance of Oracle EBS 11i in yet a third location. You can also stagger the timing of data extraction when you use this type of execution plan.